still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64?
Good morning and welcome to the Senior Hour, which is sponsored by Santa Clarita In-Home Care and Advanced Audiology. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, who is out on business today. On your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, this is a show for, about, and by seniors, giving information to enhance one's quality of life. And our guest today is Alex Urbina, a life coach. And how have you been, sir? It's been a long time since I've seen you.
It's been a little while, yeah. And I'm doing well.
Last week?
Yeah. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on the show.
Good. And I'm doing extremely well. You want to know why?
Yes. I see a glow on your face, and I'm not sure what the glow is. Please tell.
Well, every once in a while, I go with the seniors on bus trips. Yesterday, we went to Pechanga Casino down, I think it's about 60 miles north of San Diego.
Right.
And I take a certain amount of money with me, and if I bring some home, that's great. If I don't, okay, I've spent it. Well, I was on my second 20, and I put it in a penny machine, and you had a quarter, 50 cents, or $1. And I pushed the dollar button.
That was for the bet, right?
For
a dollar bet.
$1, $1, yes.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the screen came up, machine disabled, call the attendant. And I said to Chris Miller, who was beside me, I said, what did I do, break the freaking thing? And so pretty soon, here comes an attendant. And she said to me, congratulations. I said, on what, breaking the machine? She said, well, in a sense, yes. You just won a jackpot.
You crashed it.
And I said, what? She said, you just won $4,670.07.
Wow, congratulations.
I almost fainted. And she said, I'll be back in a few minutes with the paperwork. And I thought, oh, is this real? Am I? Because I couldn't believe it.
You're probably looking around for the cameras, like a prank show, right?
And I screamed, and that drew several people, and everybody said, she won a jackpot. She won a jackpot. So the woman came up to me and she said, which hand do you want to use? Your right or your left? I said, left. She says, okay. And she started counting out 46 $100 bills.
Nice.
Plus the $70.07. And I couldn't believe it. I was an emotional mess the rest of the day.
So first time in your life winning a jackpot that big? That
big, yes. I have won $1,000
okay.
about 20 years ago.
But 1,000 isn't 4,000.
No, it's not even 4,600.
That's right.
And I thought, okay, I think I have two granddaughters who are kind of struggling with their husbands and their kids. So I thought, well, I'll send them $500 each.
That's awesome.
And then put the rest in the bank.
Very nice of you.
So I thought, wow, but isn't that amazing?
Absolutely.
To win that much money. And I was walking around with it in my purse, and I had my purse clutched to me the whole time.
They didn't give you any private security to walk around with, did they?
No. And I was amazed that they gave me the cash. I would have thought it would have been a cashier's check. But no.
You know why they give you the cash, right?
Well, they have to give it the whole thing to us, to the winners, plus give them a sheet of paper. It's a 2015 or something. It's a form.
Yeah, you got to, it's for your taxes.
It's for your income taxes.
Right. But why do you think they give you cash instead of giving you a check?
Well, they want you to play the money.
That's right. They want you to dump it back into the casino before you leave.
Which I did not do.
Smart lady.
I did not do.
Smart lady.
I came home with almost as much as I went with, plus this extra.
Nice.
And I'm still can't get over it. Talk about power. That's a good subject, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The power of control.
Yeah. So what do you think of when you think of the power of control? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing that comes to my mind is that it gives you personal power when you're in control of your life, of your surroundings, of what you're doing and how you do it. I think that's what it means to me.
You know, I was speaking last night at a women's empowerment group here in the city of Santa Clarita.
Oh.
And it was, the subject I was talking about last night was stress. And when we really broke down the distinctions of what stress really is, I had a lot of women, you know, sighing and eyes bugged, and really just in awe of what's really underneath stress. And one of the main things to stress is the idea that you have no control over certain situations. And for some reason, it's funny because I asked this question. I said, raise your hand if to some degree you can acknowledge that you might have some control freak in you. And like almost 99.9% of the hands went up, and they realized, and they were owning up to, there's certain things that I want it to look my way. Mm-hmm. And if it doesn't look my way, or if you don't speak or do the things that I agree with or we're in alignment with, then now all of a sudden there's some worry. And that's where the stress comes from, is not being able to be in control of certain situations that are external, that are outside of you. And what it really comes down to, personal power, is the only things that we as human beings have control over is everything about me. That's my thoughts, my perceptions, my choices, my feelings, my emotions, everything about me. But when it comes to, looking at other people and worrying about them and why aren't they doing it like this, or they shouldn't do that, or this is good, or this is bad, it really boils down to that I have no control over others, but I live in the illusion that I can.
Yes, exactly.
And so I'm in resistance to that I can't control other people. And what's funny, because when I drew out the circle, right, about the things you can control and the things that you can't, I asked everybody, I said, where does other people's opinions go? Does it go in my control or no control? And then they all raised their hand without a shadow of a doubt. They said that you have no control over it. Absolutely. And then I said, are you sure? And they all said, yeah. And I said, so then why do you argue with people when they have a different opinion than you? And the room got silent. And they started to really think about how many times they've engaged in arguments wanting to be right about their opinion, wanting to prove the other person's opinion that theirs is wrong. And so there is some kind of control. You want the other person to agree with you or see it your way, rather than saying, you know what, I honor you for having your opinion, even if I don't agree with it, but I don't need to get into an argument with you. We can just sit there and kindly share our opinions and allow that to be okay.
But do you have any idea of the numbers of people who do not do that?
Absolutely.
I'm guilty of that myself.
Absolutely. I am still practicing. It's a constant, every day, all day long, minute by minute, hour by hour level of awareness and consciousness to realize that, hey, who am I to want other people to think the way that I think? Mm-hmm. They're allowed to have their own opinion.
That's correct. And, when you get into arguments or misunderstandings with people, that's because you've lost control,
You have no control.
Yeah.
You can't make somebody think the way you want them to think.
Exactly.
You can't force somebody to see it your way or to choose what you choose. And it's funny because in my trainings or my workshops, I'll say something very harsh to people, and I do it on purpose so that you can really think. And the thing that I say is, how arrogant of us to think that people should see it our way.
Right.
How arrogant of us to think that people should agree with us. And it really makes you think, like, wow, that's
really
I've never really called myself out like that before. And so if I really live from that, coming from that place, then I could be freed up to let people have their opinion, and I'm okay with it. It doesn't affect me. But you'll see a lot of people get riled up because one person has a point of view or an opinion, and it doesn't match up with theirs, and all of a sudden they're puffed up, swelled up, ready to come at you.
That's
it's
right.
Like, whoa.
They're ready for a fight.
Yeah, it's like, take it easy. It's just an opinion. It's just a point of view. Why are you so riled up about it?
Oh, it's interesting because I have found myself saying on many occasions, that's my opinion.
Nice.
That's my opinion. And I think when I have said that, I've come to the realization that, okay, everybody doesn't have the same opinion I have, so I need to voice it. so that it becomes clearer to me also. And then that kind of eases the situation for me when I'm able to say that, okay, I don't agree with you because of this, and this, but my opinion is, or when I say it, that's my opinion.
That's right. And what you're saying is, I'm not saying that what you think or your opinion is right or wrong. All I'm saying is, this is just my opinion. That's it. So you're not making the other person bad and wrong. You're just sharing yours. And what a great way to have a relationship, right? A husband and a wife. You to be able to share your opinion, and I honor your opinion. And I'm looking for the way to try to see it the way you see it. And then I share mine, and then you honor my opinion, and you try to see if you can see it my way. And that's kind of the middle ground where we are open to growing, open to shift our perspectives to see if we can stretch it out and see the other person's point of view. That's personal power.
It is. That is personal power, and it's very, very hard to get to that point for most people.
It's challenging. I like the word challenging instead of hard. Do you know why?
Challenging.
Because if you say it's hard, it's going to be hard.
That's true.
If you say it's difficult,
it's going to be difficult.
That's right. If you say it's challenging, challenging implies it's a challenge now, but I can overcome it.
Yes, it leaves the world wide open.
That's right.
It really does.
Challenging means, hey, it might be challenging at this moment, but tomorrow I might have an epiphany and realize, hey, I can overcome that.
That's true.
But hard and difficult is almost like set in stone. Like, come on, how do you overcome hard and difficult?
You don't.
You don't. It's like Mount Everest.
Well, that's true, and it's a mindset.
Right.
That it's very hard to get out of.
Challenging to get out of.
Challenging. There you go. Challenging to get out of.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you're looking up at Mount Everest, and you're like, wow, this is going to be difficult. Well, you've already started off chopping off one of your feet. If you look up at Mount Everest and go, wow, this is going to be hard, you've already chopped off both your feet. But if you say, wow, this is going to be challenging, what challenging implies is then I can figure out minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, how I can get up to the top of this huge mountain. Do you know how you climb Mount Everest?
One step at a time.
That's right. Do you know how you eat an entire elephant?
One piece at a time.
One bite at a time. That's right. And sometimes as human beings, we get overwhelmed. We try to look through the filters of how do I do all of this? And instead of looking at the big picture, let's go one step at a time. What's the first thing that we need to do? And let's take it in baby steps.
And that's very true. That's very analogous to waking up in the morning and thinking about the day that's ahead of you. Right. Which I do quite frequently.
And can it be overwhelming thinking about all the things you have to do?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Now, what if you just decided when I wake up, what if you just started focusing on, all right, let me go brush my teeth. All right, let me go take a shower. All right, let me put my socks on. What if you just focused on the things that you need to do right now?
That's right, but I don't do that many times.
You look at the big picture so that it overwhelms you, and then starts creating the fear and then the stress.
That's right.
And now you're all stressed out because you're looking at how do I do all of this instead of how do I do just what's in front of me. What's in front of you is let's get dressed, let's get ready.
First of all, stretch.
There you go. I missed one. You step.
Did.
Get up, stretch, have a glass of water. Get your system going.
That's exactly what I do.
You probably take some pills.
Not first thing in the morning.
Okay.
I have to eat something first.
Okay.
I've learned that if you take pills on an empty stomach, it doesn't bode well. Not for my stomach anyway.
Right.
But it's interesting because the first thing that happens to me as soon as I open my eyes, one of my kitty cats comes up, walks around my head, and she'll go meow, 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 meow. And then she'll pat my face. And, okay, Mom, you're awake. I saw you open your eyes. If I don't open my eyes, she doesn't move. As soon as I open my eyes, it almost appears like it's a shutter that makes a lot of noise because she knows it immediately.
Now, here's what's amazing is as we wake up every morning and we're so overwhelmed by the things that we got to do, that means we're focused on the task. Meanwhile, all the golden goodies that we enjoy, like our loved ones, our cats, our pets, the people that really are matter to us most, we're not even present and focused and really in the moment enjoying them and interacting with them, because on our mind is weighing heavy about what I need to get done.
Yes, exactly.
But what we say at the end of our life, what was really important and what really mattered, is our kids, our husbands, our wives, the people that are so meaningful. And we're so caught up in what I need to do, and oh my God, I have this, that I'm not present enough to say, you know what, sweetheart, I love you. You mean the world to me. Or, hey, that dress looks pretty on you. Or, hey, you know what, I appreciate you. We're so caught up on trying to be over there handling the day when the day's not even here yet. What's here is the present moment. And so we don't allow ourselves to be present in the moment and be grateful and appreciating what we got right in front of us.
I'm so guilty of that. I really am when I stop and think about it, because that's what I did this morning. I opened my eyes and she immediately was there. And you have to pet her. I have to pet her. And once she's had her petting, she goes back down to the bottom of the bed, and then I do my stretching, drink of water, get up, and then go brush my teeth.
Now, while you're stretching, are you thinking about what you got to do today?
Yes.
See, you're not in the moment, present, and focused on
right.
stretching your muscles, getting the blood flow going.
Right.
You're not in the moment, present. And I tell people in my trainings, I'll tell them, you can't be here, meaning the present moment, and there at the same time, meaning in your head having thoughts. You have to, it's almost like standing and sitting at the same time. It can't be done. So you have to decide, am I going to live my life there, always thinking about what's ahead of me and worrying about stuff that I haven't even got there yet? Or am I going to practice how to be present and in the moment? Because you can't have both. You have to choose.
You have to choose.
And that's why people are in relationships, and their relationships are suffering, because let's say our relationship, we're spending time together, but yet I'm thinking about a problem at work that I got to handle, and you're talking to me, and what you're needing from me is for me to be present, be a great listener, to be dialed in with you, to be deeply connected and have an interaction. But if I'm worrying about something, I'm not giving you my 100%.
No, that's very true.
So I'm robbing you of what's golden right here, and what really matters is deep, meaningful relationships.
That's right. That's a challenge.
It is a challenge.
It's a challenge. It really is. Okay, that's going to be a new word in my vocabulary. It's not hard.
Not difficult.
Not difficult. It's challenging.
Challenging.
And boy, that opens up a lot, doesn't it?
It opens up a whole new world of possibilities for you.
That word itself, challenge. I don't have a dictionary with me.
Words are important. Words mean things.
Yes,
and
do.
You're the meaning maker to your own life. So if you're using a certain word and it's subconsciously or subliminally getting in the way of you getting to the next level or growing or having a breakthrough or a higher level of consciousness, and you're not aware of it and no one points it out, you just keep going around like a hamster in a hamster wheel, just
that's right.
Same stuff.
Going around and around and around.
And you're wondering how come my life's not getting any better? How come it's not, improving? How come it's not getting to the next level? Because there's certain words you're using, there's certain thoughts you're having that are sabotaging you getting to the next level.
That's right. That's right. Wow, what a great first half. We'll have to continue with
Absolutely.
The break.
You got
I'm
it.
Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Dr. Jean Dorio, on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.